Another brick fan with a collectible minifigure series. This is Series 27. This is set 71048. It was released in January 2025. It includes 12 minifigures you can see here, and each in a blind box that costs about $5 each. I highly recommend using a brick scanner to find these. They seem to be very accurate nowadays, and it's an easy way to get all 12 of these without having to buy several blind boxes and hoping for the best. Series 27 is a classic minifigure series, so you can see all of the figures have the traditional yellow faces. So this is not based on any theme or anything like that, and it's quite a collection of characters here. So there's several costumes like the Triceratops there. You can see right in the middle, there's the hamster costume guy over here on the left. There's a monster with the bogeyman over here in the corner. And then, of course, there's some other, just like the Cupid is there in the back. There's this wolf hunter that I think is probably one of the most popular ones that people have been talking about online so far. And just some ordinary everyday people like the cat lady there in the back, the skateboarder or longboarder, the telescope kid there. Are all pretty cool looking individuals. So let's take a look at each of these figures up close. Here's our first two minifigures. So we have the hamster costume fan, and she has a little cucumber, it looks like. And then we have the Wolfpack Beastmaster. And the Wolfpack Beastmaster comes with the wolf, which makes perfect sense for him to have a wolf, as he is the Beastmaster for the Wolfpack. And there is the wolf. You see it's pretty nice printing on his nose there, his eyes. It's a nice big mold. Really good wolf figure. Our Beastmaster also has this shield and a sword. Get those out of the way. So our hamster costume girl has the short legs, although they are dual molded. There's some little pink toes here, some pink gloves for her hands. Good print on this hamster hood or helmet or whatever you'd want to call that. The Beastmaster has the black hood, of course. It looks like some dark sideburns, maybe beginnings of a beard. This kind of thick felt cloak, very soft. The dual molded legs as well. Good silver printing in here. Of course, his wolf logo there. As you can see, the arms are both printed. So this is a nice print here with like maybe a chainmail shirt underneath, or scale mail perhaps underneath the shirt that he's wearing. And then our hamster girl has the white and brown arms, kind of like our white and brown legs down here. Both legs are dual molded, as you see. Pretty plain on the back of our hamster girl. She does have an alternate expression there with a little grin. Our Beastmaster, see this cloak has all these different kind of scalloping out of it, or a little rough. And then there's the back printing there. And then, of course, he also has an alternate expression. Looks like maybe he's whistling for his wolf there or something like that. You can see those sideburns, kind of the mutton chop kind of look there, and some scarring on his face. Then again, the printing on the arm there. And then just give you a better look at the two front faces. There you have the regular faces for these two figures. Next up, we have the Jetpack Racer, number 3 it looks like. Really nice helmet with this integrated visor, so the visor doesn't actually move out of the way. You've got to pull the helmet off in order to see him. And you can see that his face print is on a white minifigure head there. Our astronomy lover, or astronomer kid, or telescope kid, as I probably said at the beginning, comes with a couple of different things. So there is this artificial limb here. So if you pull this off, you'll see that the arm of the astronomer kid is kind of ended in just a elbow there, or just a short forearm, and then you put this little prosthetic hand in there. So again, looking at kind of representing some handicapped folks. This is the mid-sized legs on our Astronomer kid. Of course, the very big hair for our Astronomer kid as well. On the sides, we have some really nice detailing here. On the side of our racer, looks like he races for Team Octan. So that's a nice callback to the Octan. There's also that Mountain Sport kind of logo right there. Our Astronomer kid doesn't have any side printing or back printing for that matter. And then you can see that Jetpack and of course more of the racers back there. And then you can see the two alternate faces here for our figures. More of the side printing, pretty much the same on both sides for our racer and then our Astronomer kid here. Lastly, our Astronomer kid comes with this brick-built telescope. As you can see here, it's got kind of a tripod here on the bottom and then the small, spotter lens and then the telescope itself. So a nice build there as a little accessory for our Astronomer kid. Next up, we have our plush toy collector and the Pterodactyl costume fan. So our plush toy collector has a couple of these really nice little molds here of plush toys. So there's this little green guy and the little bluish puppy, it looks like. Looks like she's wearing her pajamas, got this nice pink hair with the bows in it, or the little ponytails here in the back, long sideburns and big full bangs here. The Pterodactyl costume guy looks really good here with the wings. So the wings are actually built into the arms. And then all the way down here to the claws. Good printing all the way down on our plush toy lover. Going around the side, you see she has a plush toy printed on the side of her pajamas there. Very plain back here for the Pterodactyl guy. But if you notice, the Pterodactyl head is kind of this way. So I suppose he puts his arms back like this and flies. When he pretends to fly, he'll bend over backwards, I guess, or maybe turn that helmet around. So that's kind of interesting how that worked out. But here is the alternate expressions for both of these figures. So we have a nice smiling face on our little plush toy collector, and you can also see that she has a hood with some ears on it as part of her pajamas. Then our Pterodactyl costume guy is smiling here, enjoying his time. So really for this Pterodactyl, I guess you have to face him down this way. I really think it looks best this way. So I guess he kind of has to bend forward to show the Pterodactyl look. I guess it could be either way there. That's how that costume, I guess, is done. Here are our next two characters. This is the Longboarder and the Bogeyman. So the Longboarder, it's a girl. I really like this integrated hat-hair combo with that green hair. She's wearing it backwards, rally cap style. The longboard is just kind of a bigger skateboard, just a little different shaping than the normal Lego skateboards. Our Bogeyman here has this large headpiece, and I think it's just a headpiece. There's no minifigure head in there, and it's got the horns as an extra piece. And then he has this book which is printed on the front. You see it says Boo on the front, and then inside it has a little story as well as kind of a drawing of the Bogeyman himself. So really nice to get those printed pieces. Our Longboarder has some logo apparel on of some kind. Little bandage on her cheek there. And some printing down here, and then the black shoes are represented down at the bottom. Printing on the arm, again, maybe a little more of that logo. She's wearing this nice gray backpack. As you can see, the Bogeyman doesn't have a lot of printing on the back at all. You see again that nice integrated hat. Here's an alternate expression for our skateboarder girl, or longboarder. Once again, a little more side printing there on the leg and on the sleeves of her uniform, I would say. Some kind of sponsorship, I would guess. Maybe she's from a competition. And then, of course, some of the fur here on the Bogeyman. Here are our next two figures. We have Cupid. Of course, he's got a heart here and a red bow. So it's interesting to see that bow in a different color. Short legs, although they are dual molded. You see that red sash around there, the nice blonde hair here. Let's get that bow and stuff out of the way. Smaller wings here in the back. Our pirate Quartermaster has this big head of hair all tied up with a red ribbon. She's got a cutlass here, and then this parrot, which I think looks really nice. Really good parrot mold with a yellow comb on top, the yellow cheek, eye, and then a black beak. So really nice piece there. As we move around the figures, you'll see there is printing. So she has like a wristband, short sleeves, and then you'll notice she has this little skirt piece. Kind of looks like a little tattered skirt for our Quartermaster. The back of her like necklace that she's wearing there. Again, that large hair. Here's the alternate expression. So our Cupid has heart eyes here, and then here is our pirate Quartermaster. Looks like she's smiling or maybe laughing as her alternate expression. Again, a little side printing, a little tattoo for our Cupid there on the right arm. The left arm was bare, and then the pretty similar printing on both sides. There's another different kind of wrist print here on the pirate Quartermaster, but I like all the gold detailing here. There's like a compass stuck in her belt, maybe a watch chain. Of course, different chains on her torso there, and one of them has the skull and crossbones, of course, as representing her as a pirate. Here are our last two figures. So we have the cat lover with a cat sweater, as you can see here. I really like this ball of yarn. That's a really nice little piece. There, it's a small, kind of rounded piece. About the size of the ice cream. You know, maybe the same as that, those bubbles there. Or maybe, you know, one of the ice cream pieces are the ones that they color brown, you know, to represent dog poo, perhaps. It's about that same size, but I like it. It's textured, you know, to look like a ball of yarn. She also comes with this nice little cat. So a very fluffy white cat here with a little pink nose and the eyes there. So a very nice little cat piece. Our steampunk inventor has this little claw or weapon or something. You see the steam coming off it. There's a little steam gauge here. It's done with this gold piece here, and then just a little robot arm kind of claw in there. And as we look around, so this is a cat print is continued on the sleeves for our cat lover. Our steampunk inventor has the dual molded legs, and then a little printing here on the side. That hat's pretty fancy that he has as well. Printing on the back, looks like he's got kind of looks like a mechanical arm. It's done in the gold. So there's maybe a strap here that's holding his arm on. Again, more of that cat print there. Obviously no alternate expression on the steampunk guy, but there's a happy expression on our cat lover. And then here's a better look at that steampunk arm. You see that little actuator maybe there, and so it looks like it's a metal arm that he has built for himself. More cat printing for our cat lover. So that wraps up all 12 of the Series 27 minifigs. After taking a look at all these figures, here's one last look at all 12 figures. As I mentioned while we were looking at them individually, there's some really good prints on these. The steampunk inventor in the back there has some really great printing on him. I definitely like the rocket racer, and of course the wolf trainer, the Wolfpack Beastmaster there. That cloak is just really great with all the texturing on it, the kind of the felt that it's made out of. It's just very unique cloak that we have that fits really well with the hood there, and the printing's great, and that wolf figure is certainly great as well. So I can understand why it's one of the more popular ones out there. But again, this is a really solid minifigure series, just based on some different ideas. The one I had a hard time finding was the Quartermaster pirate there, but I was fortunate to find all these just before the release date. So hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this collectible minifigure series. I'm going to get started on my next video, and until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my LEGO reviews. I've left a link to my collectible minifigure series reviews up here on the screen.